Well, what's up, everybody?
What's up?
How are you?
Yes.
Welcome to another Victory Experience. We are your fantastic, awesome, fabulous, tremendous, outstanding host. And so who are we? Tell the people who we is.
Why don't you tell the people who he is for a change? You always have me start. You
Well,
start first,
I
Shane.
am Bishop John Edmondson.
No, that's not who you are.
That's
not who you are.
That's my name.
That's what you always say.
That's my name. But that's my name, but what I do you.
You do, and how do you do me?
I'm your boo thing. I'm your boo and
I switched it around.
Yes,
today.
you know I can flow. I can
Okay.
flow. And who are you?
I am your Victoria's Secret
See,
model.
finally, not my. You are a.
No, I'm his Victoria's Secret
You
model.
are a Victoria's Secret
and
model.
we are You're Bishop John.
I said that
and I'm
already.
Pastor Aisha Edmondson. And we pastor one of the best churches
Yes,
on the
we
planet,
do.
Victory in Christ Christian Center.
Yes, we do.
Located in Westville, New Jersey, Deptford Township.
Oh, boy.
Literally 5 minutes across the bridges from Philadelphia. So if you're ever in the area, come and check us out live.
Oh, God. That's right.
Because they say a church alive is worth it.
Okay.
I couldn't help myself.
I know. But we're excited you're with us today.
Yes.
For this podcast. We always say, one, if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? I'm talking to you.
Yes.
What are you waiting on?
What's
Come
the
on.
podcast called?
It's the Victory
The Victory
Experience.
Experience.
Do you want to have an experience with Victory tagged on it? You need to subscribe.
Yes.
So subscribe today, and then don't just subscribe, share.
Mm-hmm.
Share with other people so they can hear this, because we always talk about all types of things. You never know what we're going to drop.
Different things to help you experience victory in your own life. Yes.
Yeah. So would you do that, please? Would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
And also, we always want we want to answer questions. So if you want to submit a question, put
For
it
a
in the chat
podcast.
for the podcast. A question
a
that you want
podcast,
to.
maybe.
Yeah, we'll do a podcast on it, possibly.
Possibly.
So depending on the question, don't ask a trifling question. But if you ask a good question, we may make that a podcast. So you
Amen.
just might have your question the center of a podcast. So put it in the chat. Something you want us to address. But today's podcast is going to be good because we've been doing from time to time, we've been getting to know us questions. Getting to know us, because we've been doing these podcasts now for a little bit of time, and we want people to get to know us better.
What makes us tick?
Yeah.
What's caused us to experience victory in our lives
Yes.
personally as
Yes.
well?
And so we did an episode on, some questions. So we're going to pick it up and do a few
We
more.
only got through 4.
I know, because, you're a talker.
Oh, I'm a talker.
So no, and there's no rush, there's no rush. But from time to time, we're going to do episodes like this so you get a chance to get some inside information about Pastor Aisha and I. So, all right, so what are we doing? What's another question we're doing today as we talk about, questions, getting to know us questions? What's another one?
Okay. Another question I want to put out there is, what goals are you working toward right now?
What's right now? Like this minute?
Well, it could be this minute. What goals are maybe you working on, and that you're working on? Maybe you could do now. It could be within the next year, next 5 years, 10 years, whatever you feel like answering.
Well, at the time of this recording, at the time of this podcast,
I don't. and again, it has to be another question other than me.
oh, what? I have nothing. I got nothing.
Okay, I
So,
think you can come up.
But
with
I'm
something.
just saying, at the time of this podcast, I have a great goal.
spending time with me.
Yeah, by yourself.
Okay.
By yourself. We just realized we haven't been away by ourselves in what you said, 3 years?
At least 3 years. It may
We
be
haven't.
longer.
We've always had somebody with us. We've
Yes.
always had kids with us, or another pastoral, couple with us. Who we haven't had with us is grandbabies, because I got none yet.
You can't say that. You can't totally say that, because we did go to Greece and we were by ourselves. But when I say that, a relaxing vacation.
Greece was relaxing.
No, Greece was not.
It
relaxing.
was relaxing.
No, that's an
How can you
education.
say it's not relaxing? You're in Greece.
No, it's
Greek
no,
salad.
No, because you're moving all the time. You're seeing. It's not like where you can
So
just
wait,
sit back
relaxing
and
is
just
when you're not
relax.
moving. I'm not moving. Relax. Is that what that is?
No, Greece was very much. If anybody has been to Israel, that's what Greece.
Okay,
was
so
like.
watch. I'm ready to shut it all
Yeah.
down. Watch. Listen, y'all. I'm ready to shut it all down. So when we were in Santorini, and sitting on the outside of our room, the balcony that overlooked the water.
It was
And they were
relaxing
bringing
for
us
like
food.
5 minutes.
No, it was not.
Or 10 minutes. However
We
long
ate
that was
breakfast
out
out
there.
there.
No, because remember, I'm going to bring back to your remembrance. Remember, we had 1 day left and we were so tired that we contemplate, because remember, we had things planned all day, every day.
Yes.
And we were so tired.
We maximized our vacation.
That we contemplated canceling what we had planned the next day just so that we could relax.
Yes.
Remember that?
I do.
But then we didn't because we wanted to maximize.
Is that when we then
our
ended up
time.
ministering to people from around the world?
Yes.
On the boat?
Yes.
Yes. See, you're a woman of God, because I was like, let's cancel. Let's just sit home. And you're like, no, I think we're supposed to go. So, and that was a good call. But anyway, so we haven't been by ourselves. So at the time of this, I mean, Greece was relaxing. We were moving a lot, but but at the time, we're getting ready to go on our 32nd wedding anniversary. And I can't wait, because I'm going to have you all to myself. I'm so happy. So that's a goal. That's a goal. That's a personal, selfish goal. But another goal is writing a book. In the process of writing a book.
Okay.
You and I writing a book. So that's a goal for both of us in the process of that. You want more? I got more.
Yes, I think the whole world would like to know, what are your goals? What do
Okay.
what does Bishop John have on the horizon? What is his next?
Dropping 10 to 12 pounds.
Oh, that's both of our goals.
Because I'm dropping 10 to 12 pounds because we eat. Because we eat. You know, I mean, I'm trying to have some robustness for my grandbabies when I get them. But so dropping a little bit of weight, you know, I would need for the summer. Get my beach body. What do you think?
Okay.
So what about you? I've listed like 3. What about you?
What's
I
the
did.
3?
I said writing a book,
Okay.
dropping weight.
And I agree with that. I said that's one of my goals too.
No, it was my goals, not your goals.
Yes, I said that's one of my goals
It was
too.
my goals.
All right. What was the third one? I said that was mine too.
And then it was what was going away. It was going away.
Oh, that's my goal too.
But
So three
No,
out
it
of
can't-
3 of your
then you just-
goals,
okay.
2 of them were mine as well.
Okay, so what's
Okay.
another goal of yours? You have another goal?
What's my goals?
Do you like have any goals in life? Do you have this? Huh?
My goal in life is to hear what God tells me to do every day and be obedient and do it.
What about, but that's just you as a woman of God. What about sitting on a porch in a rocking chair by the water? Is that a goal?
Yes, my goal. That's
See, I've
a
ignited it.
goal. That's a goal. I want to be able to purchase property on the water.
There you go.
Yes.
Property on the water.
Yes. And so I have to put some action steps, involved for that to
Will we have
happen.
room for grandbabies?
Maybe.
I'm not going if we don't have room.
Maybe.
No, and I need room for my grandbabies that I don't have right now. But okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. We need to do an episode on that. What do you do when your kids won't give you grandbabies?
But let's come on. No,
Okay.
seriously though.
All right.
But let's think, because some people were like, well, what are you going to do after pastoring? Do we have any goals? Because a lot of times people are just looking at what they're doing right now. But what is some of the things that, are some of our goals that we have, people may not realize that we're only going to be pastoring for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, another 10,
And
12
what
years
are some
at
of the
best.
goals that we're looking
That's
at doing
amazing.
after that?
Yeah, we're going to travel. So because we love traveling, want to travel. But we also, that's going to give us more flexibility to do some leadership stuff. We're already thinking about and talking about some things that we want to set up so that we can utilize social media, and do some classes, some master classes, the churches that are under us, as well as the ones we're training pastors right now, or people called to be pastors. And as we send them out, we'll be able to go to their churches and spend time, because we won't need to be it won't be dependent upon us to be a successor. So we'll still be here supporting, but we'll be able to do that, be able to spend a week at different places, maybe buy an RV. What do you think? RV and drive?
Maybe.
So,
but I think that's one of the things that God had always told me. I remember we talked about this before, about when you used to work for Tony Evans' ministry, and he used to always tell you, prepare. And I think whatever goal that you have set in life, that you have to prepare for whatever the next phase that God has for you. And even when we knew that we were walking in, God had told us to walk in the pastoral ministry, we had prepared for that. But it was interesting how almost as soon as we started walking in the pastoral, he started dealing with us on our next.
Yes.
That was to pastor pastors.
Yes.
And how we needed to start beginning to prepare to pastor then for what our next was going to be. Even though that next is somewhat we're in it now, but you're limited on how much you can do right now
because of this current
responsibility.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to being able to do that at a whole nother level, which is our goal. And like you just said, not only pastoring pastors and being able to go to their churches, help them, organize their ministries, minister to them, and other leaders,
train their leaders,
and training leaders.
Yeah, I'm excited
in the process, but not having the responsibility won't be as heavy as it is now.
The pastoral responsibility.
So that's a goal. That's something that we're looking forward to in the future.
Yeah, and I think even, because you and I, we're anointed for marriages. We are, so there'll be some stuff we can do with that. Because we like pouring in, we like when we do marriage retreats and things, and we love imparting. And
so there are some other things that we're working on in the background. Too.
That we can't say right now.
Yes.
But we are. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. So so those are some goals, that we have. Those are some goals that we have. But I mean, I think, so I can say a whole lot of things of different goals.
Goals that are preparing us for
So, all right. So that's...
And I think everybody should have goals. Everybody should have goals.
But then you have to have...
immediate goals, long-term goals. What are you planning to do within the next year, the 5 years, or 10 years?
But then you have to have barometers to measure their goals. Because you got to, am I on point? Am I progressing? Am I not progressing? So, all right. Very good. What's another one? So that was good.
All right.
What's another one?
What subjects, current events, or causes are you passionate about?
That's easy.
Outside of me.
No, how do you know I was going to say you?
Because I know the look.
You're so caught up in yourself. How do you know I was going to say you?
You had the look on your face. I know the look. I've been
Anybody
with you
knows
for
me know
over
Aisha.
40 years.
Aisha. But no, I mean, I think, because I was a political science major, things that are happening in our government, there's a lot of issues and turmoil and craziness, but that is something that's important to me because I enjoy it, looking at that. So that's that. I think, something else for me, leadership. I mean, people that know me know leadership is a subject I'm very passionate about. And I'm very concerned about the state of future leaders, especially in the kingdom. I'm very concerned about that. And I think that's tied to our next, some things that there are certain people in our generation now that have been leadership examples and models. And I really think that God's going to use us in that because as the next generation, for the generation coming behind, to give them good leadership information and patterns and models to follow, because I'm very concerned, about that. So that's what about you?
It's interesting. When I saw that particular question, I had to think about it myself. And when I thought about it, I really thought about that, and I think we kind of line up to some degree, though I'm not as passionate about the political area. I mean, that's because that's what you went to school for.
Yep.
And me, but the other things I think we kind of line up with is the leadership. I'm so passionate about how to empower other people.
You are, that's true.
I'm very, very passionate, but I think when we talk about that sometimes it really flows into based upon empowering people based upon our gifts, our talents, and our abilities. And I really see that's why it's really important to know what your gifts, your talents, and abilities, because then what you have a passion for, you'll use those gifts, talents, and abilities to bring those things out. So I have a passion to empower people, but many times, like I was a business major, you were a political science major. So with me, I find myself like I've always loved accounting. I always liked numbers. So I don't know, with me, I'm always looking at the number side, how to, best, tweak stuff like that. But then I always thought to myself, if I wasn't probably in the accounting, the numbers, the business side, I also like the marketing side.
Right.
I also love to see how to take something and how to market it, to the best ability. Because that's something that we always learn from our spiritual father is that people will only want to attend something if they know the benefit of it. So how do you get to people to understand what's the benefit to them of attending something or going to something to make them want to come out to whatever it is that you're advertising, or that you're about to have, or what you're about to do. So getting to people to understand that. And I look at that as I get excited about that.
Well, when I look, you're a great leader for a specific reason. And you kind of said it. Do you think you're a great leader? Because you are.
You know what? I never really thought that I was a great leader.
You are a great leader.
Then when I went back in my life and I started looking, I was always in leadership.
Yeah, you were. As far as you were in leadership, well, I can't say before me. We were in different ways, but you've always been.
Whether it was, I think I was co-captain for the we had a pom-pom squad.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't let me be on the pom-pom squad with the band. And then I went to cheerleading, and then I was co-captain of the cheerleading squad. And then I was vice president of student government.
Yeah.
I always found myself whatever I was doing in some type of
that's true.
leadership. I'm very comfortable in the background, but I'm a kind of person, if I don't see something being done right, I will step.
You're a gap filler.
You'll
fill that void.
And it will irritate me if things aren't being done right.
But
Because we're both about excellence.
Right. But see, I think what makes you a great leader is your awareness, which we always teach. Leadership is influence, and your passion to use your influence to empower other people. That really makes you a great leader, because you recognize that it's not about you. That's your statement. It's not about you. And you're constantly going, how can I use my influence to help people, to empower them in some way? So I've watched you really mature from a good leader to a great leader.
Or I'm all about how can we make systems and processes even better
to
help people in the process.
That's true.
I'm really big about that.
Our organization of Victory, I watch you do that again and again and again. And I mean, I watch you just with the vision that God has given us. If God puts something in my heart, I watch you immediately go into action. So you are a very good leader.
Yeah, I was about to say, I emailed you too about what you wanted, but then I just thought about, I didn't finish the email.
So you're an inconsistent leader.
No. I was getting ready to hit send, and then I realized that there was one other thing that I said that I would send you.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have time to do that because you were rushing me.
I was rushing you.
Yes.
Well, we got stuff to do. What are you talking about? That's my job. I got to keep everybody on point. We got stuff to do. But all right, so I want to get to the next one though, because I think that's a good one. The next one?
What's your favorite way to unwind after a hectic day? What is your favorite way to unwind?
Our favorite?
What?
We come home, we sit on the sofa, and we can watch something. We get something to snack on, which is why I got to lose weight. We get something to snack on, and we just sit there, and we can just, whether we hold hands or sitting there, and it's just, I love doing that.
Yeah, but that's a rarity for you. That happens maybe a couple times a week.
That's why I love it.
9 times out of 10, when we walk in the door, you're headed straight to the office to finish up.
And then you're headed to your office.
Well, it depends. My office may be sitting on the couch doing work.
But it's doing work. But when we sit there, we're not doing work. But
I do like to sit on the couch and before I go to bed, maybe watch something a little bit to kind of decompress.
Yes.
And take my mind off of the data. Sometimes I get to do it. Sometimes I don't.
But you know what I love? I love that I can hug you. Sometimes you'll hug, and I could feel, I don't get a lot of stress, but I can feel, I can just sit there and hold you, and I can just feel it leave my body. And I love that. I love that I can we can hug and just sit there for a second, and you can just feel it draining, It's a cool thing. So, but I like doing that. I love the fact that our home is a place of peace. It's a peaceful place. Especially now that a certain person, which remains nameless, Christian, is no longer there.
That's not
It's a place of peace, but no, it's always been. It's always been a place of peace. And so I really, I like that. So I love that we've had a long day, because, people don't realize we'll put in long days sometimes. Tuesdays and Thursdays can be long for us, meaning we get in here 10 o'clock or so, and we may not leave till 10, 11, 12 o'clock, maybe not 12, but 10, 11 o'clock at night, and just go and go and go. And after a long day or long week, or like Fridays are date days. and to be able to just have nothing to do, which isn't always the case, but to have nothing to do so we can get up, go out to eat, go to the movies, or go do something and come back and sit on the sofa and watch something. That's man, like a refresher. I love the fact that I love being around you. I love being around you. I've been around you for 3/4 of my life. That's crazy. 3/4 of my life. I mean, the 41 of the 55 and a half years I've been around you.
Yeah, because I don't think many people know, because like with most pastors, after they've worked on a Sunday, they have their Monday off. But with us, most times we don't have Monday off. Monday,
it's supposed to be.
No, Monday, because usually Tuesdays and Thursdays we're in meetings all day long.
Yeah.
So Monday is a catch-up day of work.
Yes.
And trying to catch up also with the household.
Yeah.
So we're doing both. And then,
it's not a day of rest.
And then 9 times out of 10, now it's like almost 90% of the time we have meetings on Monday night as well.
Night, yeah.
So during the day it's trying to catch up on work.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we're doing work too Wednesday during the day before we come in here on Wednesday night, and then you're coming home Wednesday night and still doing more work when you come home.
Yeah.
So we have Friday.
Friday.
Is
most
our
times.
Rest.
Sometimes
at least half
we don't.
of the day.
Yeah, sometimes
usually
we got
maybe
stuff.
half of the day is
but
a
we do a
rest
good
day.
job because we're constantly still trying to invest in each other.
Yes.
So. Very good. All right, I'm watching time. Very good. All right, so that's how we unwind.
Right.
That's how we unwind, because we do unwind.
If you could visit any place in the world, where would it be and why?
If I could visit any place in the world.
Yeah. Now, we've gone a lot of places.
We have, but there's a lot of places we haven't
We've been
gone.
to Hawaii, we've been to Rome, we've been to France, we've been to Spain.
Yeah. Monte Carlo.
That's France.
Yeah, it was great.
But what's a place that you haven't been to that you would like to visit that you haven't visited?
Oh, yeah.
And why?
Yeah, the Maldives.
Okay.
I want to go to the Maldives.
Okay.
It's just a long flight.
Okay.
But the Maldives, because I want to be able to stay in one of those bungalows over the water.
Yeah.
I want to be able to stay in one of the bungalows over the water. It'll be romantic.
And
Be able to take you and kiss you and with the sun setting.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be great. Come
That's
on.
why.
Yeah. But I mean, so that's one place, the Maldives. What about you?
I want to go to the Maldives.
It's taken. I took that. You got to say something else.
Oh, well, I got 2 other places.
What
I
other
wanna go.
places?
I do want to go to Maldives. I want to go to Paris.
Paris.
I wanted to go to Paris this year, but
the Olympics.
But with the Olympics, I said everything is going to, all the prices are going to be jacked
too many people.
up. And too many people. So I said that's not going to happen this year. And we still have not yet gone to Dubai.
I know. We got to go to Dubai.
I want to go to Dubai.
And Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
So there's islands. So we've been to a lot of the islands.
We have been to a lot of the islands.
We haven't been to Turks and Caicos, and we haven't been to Aruba.
We haven't. I'm surprised we haven't been to Aruba yet.
Yeah, a lot of people have gone to Aruba.
I'm surprised.
People have been trying to get us to go to Aruba.
Yeah. So we love travel. We love travel. And our favorite means of travel is cruising. We love cruising.
I want to start doing, one of the things that I've been saying to you, like you like to go away for long periods of time. Like
That's the way to go.
You want to go away for like 7 days.
That's the way to go.
I like going away for like, not to say maybe once or twice a year, the 7 days, but I like those 1 or 2 days or two days.
That's not a vacation.
No, you know why?
That's an overnight trip.
No, let me tell you. No, I like those sporadically. I'd rather have more of those than the other ones. You know why? The reason being is because when you have like a 7-day or a long trip, the amount of work you have to put in before you leave, and then the amount of work you have when you come back.
That's relative to perspective.
Is like, but when you got those 1 or 2 days,
what do you have to do when you come back? Take your stuff out, put in the dirty clothes, wash it.
You don't have to worry about all that stuff. No, the work that you got that you have to do before and afterwards.
That's
you don't have
that's perspective.
As much.
Not for me. Throw stuff in a suitcase. Let's go.
No, because example, like you've been up until like 3 o'clock in the morning. Just
but
about
every day. That wasn't for the trip.
Prepare. No. I said
just work.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of work that you have to get done beforehand to go on the trip, and then you're gonna have a lot of work when you get back.
I bet you if we took a poll, I'd wonder what it would come out. As a matter of fact, can y'all
Well,
put that if you're put this in the chat? I want to see.
a person's
I want to see.
lifestyle. It really
Let's find out.
because people don't have our lifestyle, so it depends.
Yeah, but it's not about lifestyle. It's just
I'm
about, do you
talking
prefer going
about
away
me.
for like 4 days or less, or 7 days or more?
Well, it depends on the person.
What do y'all think?
You know what?
What do y'all think? Let's hear from you. Those are watching, put it in the chat. What do you prefer?
Guess
do you
what?
prefer doing a trip 4 days or less, or 7 days, like a week
It's
trip
not
or more?
about everybody else.
No, I'm just curious because I think people, man.
This is a personal thing.
Well, that's,
okay?
you know, so yeah, so that's where we differ. You like the overnight. You like the overnight stuff.
2 nights, yeah.
Overnight or a couple days, which is not wrong. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that, but it's preference. I
don't have as much to do beforehand or afterwards when I do that.
But I guess
That's
because
why
we
I like
work
it.
so hard, we work hard. I'm like, you know, if you're going to go away, let's go away. You know,
Yeah, but
so
you could do that every month versus.
what, these little trips?
Yeah, little trips.
But to me, but you're still putting in a lot of work. Think about it. The little trips, you're still putting in the work before you go.
No, you don't have
You
as
are.
much because you're not going that long.
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I agree. I've been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, the hat, wrote the book.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
you know, listen. So that's why we balance. But that's why we balance. You know, in
Okay.
terms of long trip, short trip. You know, short trip's just like, I'm like, why are we doing this? We're packing to be back in a day and a half. What is going on?
All right, next question.
All right.
What book or movie left a lasting impression on you and why?
What book or movie left a lasting impression and why? Okay. Can I say Wakanda Forever? Black Panther? No, I don't know. But that left a lasting impression. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know when I read the Left Behind series. I mean, I knew that stuff, but it left a lasting impression of because for a while reading that series, it was like you're in it about the end times, and it was painting pictures in your mind about it. I remember I came across. Did you read the whole series? You read it too, right? I think you read it too.
I think, you know what? I think I never got to the last 2 or 3 books.
Okay.
I think I stopped there at some point. For
Okay.
some reason, I feel like I didn't. But I read a majority.
I remember I
of
came
them.
across
How many
it.
books were there about?
I think it's like 8 or 9 or 10. It's a
thought it
lot
was
of them.
more than that.
It could be 14.
Okay.
But I
I think
remember
it was like 14 of
coming
them.
across that series, and there was like 4 or 5 of them or something. And I just read them, and I got intrigued
Can
with
you
them.
explain to the people what the whole Left Behind series
So
is
Left Behind
about?
series is all about the end times. It's eschatology. It's all about the rapture happening and the church being raptured out, and then the devil establishing, you know, his kingdom for the 7-year tribulation period, and then the millennial period, which is 1,000 years after that. And it's Bible. It's a story. It's fictional, but it's a fictional series, but it's based upon true biblical events. And it was so good, and it just lasting impression. It reinforced what I know. So I was reading it, knowing about it, but it was cool to see how it panned out. They did a movie, and the movie wasn't as good. And most movies aren't as good as the book. But if you're a reader, you should read that series, the Left Behind series by Tim LaHaye. I forget the other person's name, but it's a very, very good. So I would say that book, those books, that series left a lasting impression. You know, it's like a reinforcement to me of why we do what we do.
Amen.
You know, why we do what we do. So that's one. I'm trying to think where there are others, but that's one. What about you? Is there any book or movie that left a lasting impression?
Yeah, and I will say there's one spiritually and one that's more natural.
Okay.
I would say the book that's spiritually it ended up being a book and then a movie. It's interesting how most of the ones that really impacted me were the book that then became movies. For me was The Shack.
I was just The Shack.
Because I read the book
Oh,
first.
have y'all read that?
And
The Shack?
then I read the book first, then to see the movie. And I think that was the one
And the movie was good. They did a good
that
job.
really did a really good job in
Depicting the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, you know.
That was good. And
going
what was The
through
Shack about?
Tragedy.
What's The Shack about? For people to know.
I'm not good at repeating stuff.
Okay.
You repeat
All right.
what The Shack
So The
is
Shack,
about.
listen, if you haven't read The Shack, you should read it. The Shack, whether you're born again or not, it's a book that if you just like reading, because it's a book that talks about hardship,
Tragedy in
and
life.
and how there's a bigger picture.
How you don't think
There's
you
a
can
bigger-
get through,
Yes.
but there's a bigger picture, and regardless of what you go through, God is there.
And it's
in
one
the
of the
midst, and
things.
how He's there.
Yeah, and one of the
when
things
you
that's
don't
so
realize
good-
He's there, how He's there.
And one of the things that's so good is the book reinforces it's okay to be mad at God.
yeah,
It's okay to be mad, because religion makes you think, don't be mad at God, everything's fine. Man, no, you're human. Sometimes you're mad at God, you don't understand.
Yeah.
And you're mad at God, and God's okay. He's okay with that. He's not mad because you're mad.
Yeah.
He's okay with that. But this book was so good. I remember reading it, and I think I told Wandrea, I'm like, Wandrea, I think she had already read it. I think she had already read it or something. But it was so good about tragedy and how even in the tragedy, there's purpose in it. There's a bigger picture, and God is there even when you don't see He's there. I mean, The Shack is good. If you haven't read The Shack, man, you're not a reader. You need to go track that book down right now, especially as we're hitting the summer months. That could be your summer book, and then go check the movie out. Because it was so I didn't think about that. All right, so The Shack. Then what was the other one? 'Cause
The
we're
other
running out
one,
of time.
I didn't read the book, but I know there was a book first. I watched the movie, and your mother recommended the movie, and it's called The Notebook.
The Notebook.
And The Notebook, I guess it stood, and two, it resonated with me. It made a lasting impression for me, especially because of having gone through seeing both of my grandmothers on my mother's side and my father's side go through dementia.
Yeah.
Of them
Yeah,
going
that's
through
true,
that,
yeah.
and then seeing that, and even with both. Especially with my grandmother on my mother's side, and my great grandmother, seeing both my mom's side, my great grandmother and my grandmother, and seeing how their husbands were there for them until the very end.
Yeah.
And then, and my grandmother on my dad's side, her husband passed away, but God always will have a husbandman for you.
Yeah.
I was her husbandman. I took care of
you
her
took
the
care of
last
her. Yeah,
10
you
years
did.
of her life.
You did.
And just seeing, that movie it just did something. It's very, and it reminds me of what you always say of how you want to usher me into it, how you would love our last days to be usher me into eternity.
Yeah.
It's just really,
I got your back, girl.
Yeah, I really.
But I got
left an
another
impression
movie.
on me.
I got another movie that left an impression on you.
What?
No, I got another movie.
No. Before I end there, you know what they got now?
What?
In fact, they talked about it today.
What?
On the Today Show.
Okay, we don't have a whole lot of time left.
Okay. They have a musical.
Do they?
Yes.
Of the Notebook?
Of the Notebook.
Oh, I know what we're going to go see.
Hoda was just talking about how phenomenal it was.
Okay.
Said she didn't expect it to be, I guess, that
Yeah,
great, but she said
we gotta go check it
musical
out.
was
We
really
gotta
great.
check it out.
So
All
we'll
right, but I
have
have a movie that you will 100% agree with that left a lasting impression on both of us. When I say it, you're going to go, yes.
Okay.
Ready? The Devil's Advocate.
Ow!
See? The Devil's Advocate.
Yes.
The devil, we went to the movies to see that.
No, and it's funny because I didn't want to go see it.
Right.
You
Yeah.
somehow you
It's
convinced
The Devil's
me
Advocate
to go see it. I
with
thought
Al
Bishop
Pacino
was, I thought
and,
Bishop was
Keanu
taking
Reeves.
me to see some type of horror movie.
No.
Well, that's what I thought.
No, the name
And
is
it
misleading.
ended up being the best movie.
It with so much revelation.
Yes.
So if you have not seen it's an older movie now. Al Pacino.
It makes you
Keanu
realize
Reeves.
how the devil works in our lives.
You know what people should do? They should watch
And
The
it's all-
Shack
and
The Devil's Advocate.
And it's all about choice.
Yes.
Like, devil, I'll make you do nothing.
I just put it in front of you. But
that
people,
was so good.
they should watch The Shack to see God's side and The Devil's Advocate.
Woo, Jesus.
That's another book. Is another movie you should go see. So, all right, we're out of time, man. So we got through. We made a little progress. But go read The Shack. I wonder if The Devil's Advocate is a book too. I know it's a movie, but listen, those are books and movies you need to go check out. It will be good. If you're born again, you will get so much revelation out of both of them.
We'd like to hear next time when we have. Let us know what did you end up reading? What
Yes.
did you end up watching?
Yes.
And the revelation that you got out of it.
Very good. Well, we're
Amen.
out of time. We got to go. This goes by fast.
Amen.
You know, for me, because I get to look at good eye candy as I look at you. This
Yeah.
goes by. You're like, yeah.
And let us know what some of your goals are. What are you looking to do in the future? Make sure you also get somebody to hold you accountable to make
Yeah.
sure those goals come to pass in your life. That's really important.
And again, if you want us to address some topics, man, put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat because we will be able to go back and look and go, oh, that's a good one. So maybe you'll give us something to discuss and we'll make an episode out of it. All right, we got to go. Don't forget, subscribe, please. If you haven't, subscribe and get the word out. These type of things are so good, man. We're getting so many people to go, I watch your podcast. I enjoy it. So help us get the word out so we can impact more and more people. All right, we got to go, and we'll see you next time on the what? The Victory Experience.